Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we'll be on this beautiful gown with open back for our princesses. Without wasting so much time, let's get straight into the video. So I'll be cutting the flare first because that's the larger part of the style, and if there's anything you'll find it difficult, so I'll be cutting. So this is where I'm going to be folding my fabric. I'll fold this way and then fold over again. So the lower part of the skirt part of this gown is a flare, so this size should be enough for your waist measurement plus the length of the flame and on this other side as well. So I'm making this for a 4 to 5 year old and I'm using 1.5 yard of fabric. So this is what I've folded my fabric already. So we're going to be taking our waist measurement at this folded part, and the first thing I'm going to be doing is to just try to get a rough estimate of where my waist measurement plus my zipper allowance is going to fall. Once I get that, I'm going to go ahead and mark at that point, which is 5 inches. So I'm marking 5 inches all round for my waist measurement, remember, plus your zipper allowance. If you want to have extra stitching allowance, you can add for in case of adjustment. So once I am done with that, I'll go ahead and measure and be sure that what I have is enough for what I have, and I have 8 inches, so it's enough for me. Then the next thing I'm going to be doing is to take the length of this flare. So I'll place my tape at my half length, which is 11 inches, at that waistline that we just marked, and then I'll go ahead and take the length of the flare. And for my length is 29 inches. I'm adding 1 inch, just 1 inch stitching allowance, which is 30 inches. How old did I say I'm making this for? Not 4 to 5 years. I'm making it for 6 to 7 years old. I hope I'm not mistaken anything. So I'll just place my tape at the beginning point and then measure what I have there. I think I have about 24. So I'll take that 24 all around the fabric to get a full circle. Once I am done with that, I'll go ahead and cut it out. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do it to hit on the subscribe button, join the family. And to my old subscribers, I say thank you very much for all your support so far. I really appreciate it. So I opened up one side of it for our zipper, for the zipper of this style. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out the bodies. I've folded my fabric into 2, and the first thing I'm going to be doing is to mark my half length, which is 11 inches plus half inch stitching allowance. So the other half inch is added here. So I'll go ahead and just mark a straight line so that you guys will know that that's our starting point. So you can see the half length, that's for our stitching allowance. So I'm just measuring to make sure what I have there is what I really want. So 11.5 inches. Then the next thing I'm going to be doing is to mark my shoulder measurement divided by 2, which is at 5 inches. Then I'm going down for my shoulder slope by 5.5 inches. Then at that, I'll just go ahead and mark my neckline. For my neckline, I am marking at 2.5 inches for the width, and then for the length, I'm marking at 2.5 inches as well. So I'm going to go ahead and connect this as a round neckline, as a round neckline. Then once I am done with that, I'm going to go ahead and go down by 1/2 inch for my shoulder slope, and then I'll connect it into the starting point. Then for my bust measurement, I'm adding my bust measurement divided by 4. I'll make a mark there, and then I'm adding extra 1 inch stitching allowance, extra 1 inch for ease, and then 1/2 inch for stitching allowance. And then I'll go ahead and connect my armhole. Once I am done with that, I'll go ahead and insert my waist measurement. And since my waist measurement and my bust are the same, it's usually the same for children, I'll just transfer what I have at the bust into the waist. And that's basically all for these bodies. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video or you find value in it. Then I'm going to go ahead and add 1/2 inch stitching allowance at the shoulder part, and I'll cut it out. So I'm going to be using the same the front bodice to cut out the back one, and I'll be adding 1 inch or 1.5 inches stitching allowance for my zipper. And then for my neckline, so for the back neckline, I'm not going to be marking my back neckline. I will just trace out where we have our front width I'll make a mark there, because you know the style, you know how the neckline is. So I'll just make a mark at that front width, and then I'll cut out every other side the same. So then we'll work on the back neckline. So this is what we have after I'm done. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to take out the front neckline, front bodice, and then from here I'm coming in by 1/2 an inch for our stitching allowance. And then once I am done with that, I'll come in from that 1/2 an inch by 2.5 inches. If you want yours to go lower, you can go lower. If you want yours to come higher, you can come higher. So from that place, what you're going to be doing is just a freehand. Just look at the way I am drawing this. So you curve, and then you curve to the remaining one. I don't know how to explain this. There's no measurement. I just use my hand to draw it. But don't forget your zipper allowance while doing this, because you don't want to struggle while attaching your zipper. So you're going to be cutting. Look at the way I'm cutting. So you see how it went in and then came out again. So as I got to this place, I remember, oh, my zipper allowance, you can't just cut. So I'm going to go ahead and straighten up my zipper allowance so that I don't struggle while attaching my zipper. So that's what I was saying. So I'll just connect this into where the line I was coming from. I hope you understand this point though. I don't have any measurement for this. I just use my free hand, or then look at the style while drawing the back. Just do the same, you will get it. Just make sure you have the perfect shape that you want before cutting out. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up so that you guys will see what it looks like. So by the time it overlaps, this is what we are going to have. So the next thing we're going to be doing is to work on the shoulder. So I'll go ahead and do front facing front. I'll stitch down the two shoulders by 1/2 an inch. So I'll stitch it down by 1/2 an inch. Once I am done with that, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and hem the flare. So either you serge and then fold by 1/2 an inch, or you fold 2 times. I'll be going with the first one. Then for the neckline and the armhole, you can use bias, or you can do just like me. So if you want to use the bias, all you have to do is to open up your bias. You're going to be stitching from front to back. So you open up the bias this way, and then at the first side of the bias, you stitch it down all the way to the end. So let's just assume I've done that. Once you are done, make some notches and then turn it to the wrong side and then stitch it down. But for me, I won't be using bias. So what I'm going to be doing is to serge and then fold over by half an inch or 1/4 an inch. So that's what I did, and I also for the armhole as well. So you just fold, after serging, you just fold this over just little and then stitch down all the way through. And also for the armhole as well. I don't know if I mentioned that. So guys, this is what we have after I was done. By the time you iron it down, you will see the beauty of it. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to turn this front facing front, and then I'll go ahead and stitch on my armhole, on my seam side, sorry, by 1/2 an inch that we added. So guys, once I am done, you can see the hemming part. I am done. By the time you iron it, it lays very well. And then the seam side as well, I'm done stitching it down. So I'll go ahead and open this and bring in the flare. We are going to be doing front facing front again at this point, and then I'm going to be stitching from one end to the other. Once I am done with that, I'll close up my zipper allowance and attach my zipper, with also attach my bow. And that's all for this style. I don't know how I lost the clip of where I attached, or the final look of the style. I don't know, but that's it for this style. And I hope you find value in it. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, share my videos to family and friends. You can always tag me when you recreate my style, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.